Thank you. I'm newly single, so to deal with a breakup, I decided to hire a personal trainer at the gym. I'm not trying to look better, I'm just trying to fill that void of having somebody make me feel like shit about myself. It's working out. My gym has free classes. I thought I'd try one out. I went to an aerobics class, but it got a little weird because I was the only guy in the class. The instructor was like, "Good job, ladies. Keep up the great work, ladies." It's like, "Hey, just so you know, there's a dude in the class today." She's like, "Oh, I know. I was only talking to the ladies. You were terrible at aerobics." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "All you do is sit there with your cell phone and take pictures. What's that shit about?" I like aerobics. Thank you. Just tell my jokes to you. You're clapping for me. I will do the whole set for you. I do not care. I recently went on a date with a MILF, but I didn't realize she had a kid until later in the date. We got back to her place, sitting on our couch, making out a little, not a big deal, but I get distracted. I'm like, "Hey, is that the new PlayStation?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's the new Madden. You're 38 years old. Why do you have that game?" She's like, "Oh, it's for my son." I'm like, "You have a son?" She's like, "Yeah, is that a problem, or do you still want to do this?" I'm like, "No, let's do this. Do you have an extra controller?" "Do you have pizza bagels?" "No, this date is over." Okay. My last girlfriend dumped me because of something I said on a comedy podcast. The podcast had 6 listens. Six! Do you know what that means? That means one of the listens was her, and the other 5 were me trying to figure out what the fuck I said wrong. Probably that PlayStation story. So I'm originally from Buffalo. I moved to LA a little while ago, and I discovered recently that LA apparently thinks it has seasons, which is very bizarre to me. And I realized this when I went to one of my favorite coffee houses, and I ordered an iced tea. And the barista said, "Sorry, we don't have iced tea." And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Well, December through March is warm beverage season." I said, "It's 78 fucking degrees out. I will take an iced tea." She's like, "No, you can get a pumpkin spice thing. You can get like a hot cider. You can't get an iced tea. What do you want?" And I said, "Oh, I guess I'll just take a hot tea and a giant fucking glass of ice." She said, "What are you going to do with that ice?" I said, "I'm sexually repressed. I'm probably going to chew on it." She said, "I swear to God," she goes, "if I see you put 1 drop of tea in that ice, I'm going to have to ask you to leave." And I'm like, "Good, because this order is now to go." And that's how I got banned from my favorite coffee house. In Buffalo, I found out that I had a vitamin D deficiency, so I needed more sunlight, so that helped me choose LA over New York. And then I got to LA, and I went to an eye doctor, and found out I have light sensitivity. Thank you for laughing at a serious medical condition. And I was like, "I'm supposed to get more sunlight, and you're saying I'm sensitive to light. What do I do?" And he's like, "Oh, it's cool. Don't worry. We just got these things called transition lenses. The technology's pretty amazing. I don't know if you're familiar. They're glasses. You wear them inside, and they look normal. And you walk outside, and the glasses transition you into a pedophile." It's weird that everyone laughed at a different time on that joke. I don't know what that means. Speaking of pedophiles, I used to be a teacher. Weird transition. I don't anymore, not for any of the previous things I just talked about. Because I had like 70 students, and they expect a lot of you, like to know everybody's name. That's how I would just come up with bogus nicknames for everybody, like, hey, buddy, hey, captain, whatever. I got called down to the principal's office, though. She goes, hey, did you call this kid Chief? I said, I don't know his name. I probably did. She goes, yeah, he's Native American Indian. You can't call him Chief. That's racist. You want me to apologize for calling an Indian Chief? That shit's a compliment. It's the highest rank in his tribe. Do I have to apologize to everybody with a bogus nickname? Like, hey, Captain, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure your dad's not a pirate or anything, is he? It's not like it was an Indian from India, and I said, hey, buddy, hey, Captain, hey, Chief. Oh, hey, head of technical support, how's it going over there? Just coming up with my racist nicknames for you. Hey, my name's Chet, you guys have been great. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you very much.